Good morning, this is LG again. I just want to come on. You see the picture that I have up there? These are the Republicans that support Donald Trump. This is how the Republican, the MAGA, this is how they go to a protest. Did you watch them ever since they killed the man in Minneapolis? Did you see Scott Bassett? Did you see Pam Bondi? Did you see Trump and J.D. Vance and Kristi Noem say that they don't know nobody that goes to a protest with a gun? And that's all Donald Trump followers do. Look at the one at the top on the left-hand side with the American flag and President Trump campaign. Kyle Rittenhouse, he went to a protest to kill black and brown people, and he killed 2 people, and the president's white people set him free. And they got the audacity to come on news and say that nobody protesting need a weapon. So now you know, all the way around the world, everybody know now that these prejudiced white nationals, they ain't nothing but racists. You're right, they don't want you to have a gun. We're talking about black and brown people and the Democrats and the independent. But they want MAGA at protesters armed to the teeth. Remember that the protesters on January 6th, they beat police so bad 1 died and 3 of them committed suicide afterward because they couldn't believe the American people turned on them when they was trying to protect the American people. In this country, the Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms, as long as you do it legally, and do it the way that the country requires it. And now they don't want people to carry weapons. When someone asks you not to carry a weapon, when they carrying AR-15 and AK-47s and bazookas and all kind of magazines. If your enemy has got all kind of weapons and all kind of magazines, you gonna lay down your weapon and let them wipe you out? And let them shoot you dead? I believe in doing everything by the Constitution. I pledge my allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. One nation, not 2 or 3 nations or 4 or 5 nations, one nation. They all under God, indivisibly with liberty and justice for all. Not y'all. The Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms as long as you do it legally. Don't let Trump people be the only one armed if this country comes to a civil war. You need to make sure that you got every T crossed and every I dotted. That you will be able to stand in the evil day. That you'll be able to protect your property. You'll be able to protect your church. And protect the people that's following after Christ. You don't have to stand back when you have just as much right to bear arms as anybody else. Don't go looking for trouble. Don't start that. Trump is just waiting for the opportunity to invoke the Insurrection Act so he can turn the military on the black and the brown people and the white people that help support the black and the brown people. America, don't do that. All you need to do is to be always ready, just like God tell you. Because you're going to go through some trials. And you're going to go through some trials and tribulation. The Constitution clearly states that the whole purpose of the Second Amendment is so if you got a tyrannical government that's turned against the American people, you have a right to form a militia. That means that you have a right to create an army to protect yourself from your own federal government that you own and pay for. You pay every military person's salary. You pay every senator, every House of Representatives, every Supreme Court justice in any other court system. You pay their salary. We paying for all the government buildings. We paying for all the interstates. We paying for all those bridges and roads. We paying for them. They all belongs to us. Every weapon they use, every uniform that they wear, every vehicle and every plane that they fly, they belongs to us. And they taking our resources and turn them on us. The Bible and the Constitution said we have every right to stop them by any means necessary. Our Constitution do not allow a king or a dictator. Anybody that's trying to be a king, anybody that's trying to be a dictator, the Constitution and the Bible say it must be stopped. Gideon against the Mennonites. David against Goliath. Saul has killed his 10,000, but David has killed his 10. Saul has killed his 1,000, and David has killed his 10,000. Nehemiah rebuilt the wall. He built an army to protect the construction worker that was constructing the wall. Every great man of God had an army. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had an army. Moses had an army. Joshua had an army. Gideon had an army. Samson was an army all by himself. Don't let no Christian or no preacher or no deacon tell you that you don't have the right to protect your family, to protect the people of God, to protect your town or your city or your state. Don't let nobody lie to you like that. Just go to your Bible yourself. Samson was a judge, the strongest man there ever lived. He killed 1,000 men with the jawbone of an ass. Elijah cut the head off of 450 prophets on Mount Carmel. Don't you tell me that God do not abide for you. It's you that's using God weakly. If you believe that God has got all power, and you believe that God who he say is, well, you cannot be defeated. But if you're going to sit down and let the evil people call evil good and good evil, something wrong with you. All Sunday morning, all they was talking about, what kind of man would take a gun to a protest? We saw January 6th, men all up in trees with AK-47 and AR-15s. They had baseball bats and pipes and flagpoles. And they beat the police. People died that day. And you got that Christian Nome and Pam Bondi and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Kash Patel. They ain't no good. They ain't with God. They are the one that's starting all this trouble. Minnesota governor did not ask for help. He got a National Guard that he could have called up if he needed help. But he didn't see no need for it. You either with Christ this morning or you against him. Thank you.